Hi everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. This is what I want to address. It's Saturday night, December 10th, 2011. I noticed that this thing, trying to wake people up, sometimes can be a burden because of the fact that the majority of people are content with their oppression. The majority of people are all right with suffering. The majority of people are okay with being miserable. They know the problems out here. They know what's going on, but they don't want to do anything to change it. Yet sit back and complain. And don't try to flip it on me like I'm just sitting back and not doing nothing, not physically doing anything to change the situation. And that's your problem. You want somebody to give you a handout. You want somebody to do the work for you. It's not like that. It is not like that. If you want change, you must do what it takes to change. Rather I'm speaking out, or rather I'm doing something physical. But the truth of the matter is, this problem cannot be done by doing anything physical. It cannot be solved with money. It cannot be solved with me mentoring the kids. It cannot be solved like that. It can't, or me speaking out on some convention. The only way you can make a difference is actually communicating and letting people know and making sure people be aware of what's going on out here. But the problem is, most people don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. Real talk, the majority of people don't care. They just don't care. They don't care. They are all right with losing. I'm not gonna just yell and scream and just hope that you'll get it. It's up to you. Now, this is what I want to address with today's topic. God, it's cold as fuck. I'm just so sick and tired of feminists, the bulk of you women, and you pussy whip male, simp ass, so-called manginas, fruitcake vagina motherfuckers, talking your dumb shit. I'm so sick and tired of you women, the majority of you women, you feminazi bitches, and you bitch-made, pussy-whipped males who wish they were a real man. You pussy-whipped males make me sick the most, who wish you was a real man because you've been indoctrinated with matriarchal think, which doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit you. Real talk, it does not benefit you. You want to call me a homosexual, like, that's going to hurt my feelings. Or like, that's not going to stop me from talking or stop whining. Let me tell you motherfuckers this. Let me tell you fucking retards this. let me ask you a question. How in the hell me speaking out against women and the evil shit that they do makes me unhomosexual? How? And let's just go with the concept of me being a homosexual. Even if the guy is homosexual, he would still have a valid complaint about how he's being treated, because based on the fact that he's a man, he's being still discriminated against. He's still being discriminated against because of his gender. Rather he's a homosexual or a heterosexual. It does not make no difference. You know what I'm saying? It does not make no difference. What the fuck does that got to do with the point? Rich or poor? Rather I have a girlfriend or not. What the fuck does that got to do with the points that I am fucking making? Rather I'm a CEO or working at McDonald's. What the fuck does that got to do with the logic of the points? What does that got to do with the truth? Rather I speak or use big ass words, try to make myself sound smart, but me being smart, I just use simple words and I just state it and articulate my points as it is, so people can understand me, which they're more likely to understand me. That doesn't mean I'm dumbing it down. I'm saying using basic words that I know and comfortable using. Okay? That, me whining. Another thing, whining. How is me speaking out against the injustices of Misnadry make me weak and a whiner? It does not make me weak. It actually makes me strong to speak my mind and be a man and speak out and speak the truth, knowing the backlash and the consequences that is coming my way, but I can handle it. So how would that make me weak? How would that make me weak? It wouldn't. Because if I'm speaking out and speaking unpopular speech, and I can stand on my own, and I don't groupthink, and I have my own mind, critical thinking, and I think for myself, and I follow my own path, I am more of a real man than you motherfucking cowards will ever be, who groupthink, who's a fucking follower. A follower, not a leader. I'm a leader. I lead. I define who I am. I don't let society and the culture it promotes in its media and its foolish indoctrination of the institutions of the school system, which makes you a damn fool, to define me. And with that other materialistic bullshit, or how I look, what's my skin color, what's my race, and what's my gender, it does, man or woman, I define me. So I ask you again, what the fuck do you gain by calling me a homosexual? What the fuck does that got to do with the points that I'm making? Am I right? Am I speaking the truth, or am I wrong? That's just nothing more than a weak-ass ad hominem attack. The people who want to call and accuse somebody being homosexual, excuse me, I'll say it again. The people who go out their way to accuse somebody of their sexual orientation, people who go out and make false accusations, or go around randomly accusing people and assuming for people of whether they are homosexual or not. And people, these same people who go around accusing people because they don't agree and subscribe to the bullshit and don't support feminism, and believe in true equality. They believe in true equality. They hold women they will hold women accountable, and they see them as a human being and see them as an equal. And they don't take sides. I go after men, and I get on the men too, but I'm still called a homosexual. If I cater to the men, if I tell the men what you gotta do, I'm still called a homosexual because I took the man's side because he was in the right. But I have taken the woman's side when she's in the right. But I'm still a homosexual? That don't make no fucking sense. It does not make any sense. But then you say that I am complaining because I can't get a woman in my life. So that debunks me being a homosexual. That means I'm a straight motherfucker. I'm straight then. The people who want to go around calling people, the people who want to go around calling other people names and being a homosexual, I'll just say this. I'll say it simple and plain as day. I'll just say it in the simplest form. The people who go around calling people homosexual are the homosexuals themselves. You pussy with faggot males. You pussy with bitch made ass feminine bootlicking. I worship the woman and the mother of the earth. Bitches who sorry ass males. Y'all the homosexual. You are the homosexual. You are the biggest homosexuals that ever existed. Really, man. Really. Seriously. You are the true homosexual. You pussy with bad boy, weak ass, punk ass, ass backwards males. You're the homosexual. You manginas are the biggest homosexuals. You simps, these weak ass bitch made, I'll cater to women, I will defend the women. You Captain Save-A-Ho vaginas are the biggest bitches I ever came across. A woman is more manly than you. And this is what happens when they are raised by a single mother. This is what happens when they are raised by women. When the family structure is matriarchal. And then you have cases where the guy came from a two-parent family home. Two-parent family home. They had a mother and a father, but the father was such a pussy. The father was a bitch ass, pussy whipped male, and the mom was a matriarch. And the males were the slaves, had all the responsibilities, but the women had, they were men, but they were men plus female benefits. With rights, liberations, more special rights, and womanly privileges. These bitches act like men, but they want female privilege. I mean, women, you got these bitches behaving like men, and at the same token, they still want to be treated like ladies. You can't have it both ways, one or the other. I mean, you pussy whip, bitch made Captain Saberhole males. You're the reason why men will never come together. This is the reason why we can't even have a men's movement. A male revolution. I'm not saying I agree with the majority of what, a lot of MRAs are saying. And I support it to a certain extent. But when it comes down to class and race, when you don't want to acknowledge these problems that stem from class and race, I can't support it all the way. Okay? But I do support that men need to have their own, we need to address our own issues, regardless of what your race is and who you are, rich or poor. We need a support group. You understand what I'm saying? We need a support group. The women got it down packed, but when the men, we are so scared because of some bullshit ass homophobia and shame, because if you stick up for another man, you're gay. If you don't take the woman's side, you're gay. If you question a woman and you want to know what the fuck happened, you want to know the truth, you want to know what did she do, what happened, who said what, who said what. It takes two people to fight. It takes two people to fight. And then when you got a party who's around the fight, and then it takes a couple of instigators. I mean, seriously. Fuck your homophobia. I mean, these women, and you Captain Saberhole, bitch made, pussy whip faggot males, don't understand. You Captain Saberhole, simp ass motherfucker, sorry ass males, you don't understand. If you took the time to understand what women really think about your ass, you will realize that that they don't give a fuck about you. So I don't know why you defending these bitches. I don't know why you are defending the female gender when you're not obligated to. Protect them from what? Responsibility? Are you serious, dude? I mean, are you serious? You're going to protect these bitches from responsibility and accountability, but you're going to let them run shit so they can charge you with manhood? You're going to let them get away without lying and deceiving? For what? So you can smell the pussy? I mean, my nigga, are you serious? I mean that's the dumb shit that women say, because you as a man who speaks out against a female, you speak out against women. See, women and these pussy whip Captain Saberhole males would not say shit if a woman stands up to another woman. It's all good. Nobody has a problem with that. If a man stands up to another man, if a man stands up to another man, and a woman stands up to another woman, nobody has an issue with that. There's no problemo. No problemo. If a woman stands up to a man, no problem. We're all good. But if a man stands up to a woman, and I'm not saying beat her ass or damn near try to kill her or try to do some bodily physical harm, I'm okay with the physical. I will say this: if a man has to defend himself against a woman, when it comes to physical violence, and gun shooting, knives, guns, I mean, whatever the fuck, if he has to protect himself so he can live, so he does not turn out, if so he does not be harmed nor killed, I'm good. He has a right to defend himself. If a woman, you listen to me, if a woman is man enough, if she's man enough to put her hands and try to fight you physically, you have a right to defend yourself. And then when she's knocked the fuck out, you just go. You know what I'm saying? You don't keep beating her and stomping her to death. I understand if she really, pissed you off and made you go over the edge. But I'm just saying, if you're able to defend yourself and, protect yourself from the attacker, and the attacker is no longer a threat, you don't keep attacking them. But if a man is in danger, when a woman is trying to physically harm him and kill him, likely, he has a right to physically defend himself. Just like you people don't have a problem when a woman defends herself if she has to use physical violence on the man. If she has to use deadly force to protect her life against a guy, y'all don't say shit. So if we believe in equality, if we believe in equality across the board, then you have to agree with this. You have to agree. It has to be either black or white. No gray area. Because if you have to use a gray area, then you better use it on the men's side too. Now, let's talk about this. Men who speak out against women. Like I said, if a woman can stand up to a man, it's okay. A woman can stand up to a woman, it's okay. A man stands up against another man, it's okay. But if a man dares defend himself against a woman, no violence. Now, if it leads to violence, and a man has to defend himself, and if he has to use deadly force, so be it. But if a man stands up for himself against a female, oh, he's a woman hater. He's an abuser. He's a woman beater. Dumb shit like that. He's violent. It's bullshit. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, a double standard. Or I'm just a homosexual, right? I'm a homosexual. Well, let's go with, okay. How many homosexuals do you know? If the guys who are homosexuals, who would they be trying to get with? The same sex. Do you think they'd be complaining? Do you think these men who have valid complaints against women are homosexuals? I mean, the homosexual person, male or female, will be trying to go after the same sex. The homosexual will have grievances with the same sex, not the opposite gender. I mean, you motherfuckers are dumb. You're not using this. Use your brain. Don't give me that, well, bisexual, get the fuck out of here. Again, if the bisexual is having problems if he's bisexual, he can go either way. If he's having problems, if he has a problem or she has a problem with the same sex, she's not going to fuck with the same sex. So she cannot be, technically, if she has that many issues, or he has that many issues with the same sex, he or she will not fuck with the same sex then. So that's automatically that will be disqualified to being homosexual. Now, if the bisexual has a problem with the opposite gender, then obviously, obviously, they will not deal with the opposite sex. They will dismiss themselves with being with the opposite sex. So, the bisexual person will not have no problems. They are automatically eliminated from the equation. So, like I said, it's funny how I'm a homosexual, but I have never been with a guy. Never. I love the assumption. With all the stuff that I have, in my personal hard drive, just nothing homosexual. With my foot fetish for women's feet and toes and soles and arches, and for me having a love for the woman's foot, obviously I ain't homosexual. You people who say this shit are stupid. For us men who speak out against women are being homosexuals, but yet we want to fuck bitches. And that's not what the complaint is anyway. The complaint is that the majority of women are on bullshit. I'm not saying that you don't have men on bullshit. Obviously, when you got these pussy whipped males, stupid as hell, and don't understand manhood, obviously they're in dumb shit. Or they're just naive about the wicked ways of women because they are fucking brainwashed to think women are all good and they're fucking angels and men are all bad and evil and we fight and start wars and shit. But they don't tell you that when the men who did not want to fight in the war, who did not want to sign to be with us, because by law, you are forced as a man to sign up for the Secret Service when you become a legal age. If a guy refuses to sign up for the Secret Service or the Selective Service, he's less of a man now. If a man gets drafted to the military and he does not want to fight in some war to protect and defend a corporation and protect these bankers, and does not want to participate, we're making these bankers richer, and these corporations and these wealthy elites who control the military-industrial complex. You don't want to be a slave and make them billions of dollars. What's the point of him fighting in a war? What's the point of him fighting in a war where it doesn't benefit him? When the fact is, men don't have no rights. So we're just defending the freedoms of the elites. We're protecting their property. We're stealing resources and killing innocent people. But if a man does not want to participate in that, you women, you same bitches call him weak. Just look that up. And I believe it was in World War I or II, but I think it was both wars, particularly with the British, when the British man did not want to sign up, refuse to participate in the war. And when he got drafted, he did not want to fight in the war. Y'all women, y'all called him weak. You women went around at that time, and y'all called him weak. And that same man was forced to wear a pink dress, I believe. And y'all women, I don't know what back at that time, hazed him. I mean, women approached the guy with a pink dress or a pink ribbon, calling him a fucking pussy because he did not want to support evil and genocide and sacrifice his life for a bunch of motherfuckers like the elites and the bankers and the corporations, and have his death and his life be endangered, where he will be face permanent injury or death, and then the bankers make profit off of that. Blood for oil. Blood for oil. So if you don't want to support, tyranny and greed, oppression and degradation, gold, oils, diamonds, if you do not submit to the God that these elites call themselves, and you don't want to participate in a war, and you refuse to fight in the war to protect these elites, these global elites, and these feminists, where you as a man is disposable, you have no rights, but these bitches talk about they're fucking strong and independent. Why don't we draft women? Why don't we make them sign up for the Secret Service? Why don't y'all bitches sign up for the selective Secret Service then? Why don't we make y'all wear like a pink shirt and give y'all a pink ribbon? And call y'all names. And call you weak. Fuck out of here. Men are all evil and violent and vicious. When the bulk of the problems are, women start the violence. Men are the most victimized, abused group worldwide. Women are heavily protected, and they show herself protected from a lot of responsibility and accountability. I guess when women have issues with men and have valid complaints, I guess we should call these bitches lesbians, homosexuals, dykes. Even though she's never been with a chick. Likely she's never been with a chick. She's never been with a female. But her complaints, it's funny how if we turn this whole situation around, where women have valid complaints about guys, with some men, and we just called her a homosexual. We just called her gay. We called her a lesbian. Even though that would not make no sense. Because if she was, she would not have valid complaints against the opposite gender, which is the men. She wouldn't have no complaints about men. She would have complaints about women. You see how retarded that sounds? That's fucking retarded. Oh, I'm a homosexual because I speak the truth, because I stand up for what I believe in. I speak out against wrong, evil, and injustice. So I'm a homosexual. And these same motherfuckers who are calling me a homosexual, like these pussy whipped males and these feminists, these motherfuckers ain't doing shit. These man janitors these pussy whipped males do not have the balls to stand up to a woman. They have no problem standing up to a guy. Or I could be wrong because of the fact that these guys who talk shit, these Captain Save-A-Hole internet bad boys, pussy whip males, these same Captain Save-A-Hole simps, are what we call vaginas, these formerly known as mangina. These same guys who talk shit, they wouldn't even stand up to a man. They want to be on the internet typing their bullshit, but they would not be man enough to say it to our faces. You would not be able to say that same shit to an MRA, to a men's rights activist. You wouldn't say that shit. You would get your ass beat. And you deserve to have your ass beat. So, just foolish ad hominem attacks, foolish, immature, emotional responses. Because if you're gonna call somebody a homosexual, and you don't personally know them, right there shows how much of an asshole, ignorant, insensitive asshole that you are. How do you know that person is a homosexual? You don't have no proof. Real talk, you don't have no proof. Even if it was true, goddamn, if it was true, would that, dismiss my complaints of how I am being treated in society, of being the oppressed gender? Would that dismiss it? Tell me, would that dismiss my complaints? No, it wouldn't. No, it would not. If my complaints are valid and legit, you cannot dismiss it. The only people who want to go around calling people names are you want to call me all these derogatory names when you fit that description. Call me a homosexual, but you are really a homosexual, and you have a homophobia. You can't even have a healthy interaction with your own gender, and that's sad with a lot of men, with a lot of males. Men, we're not allowed to talk about real issues when it comes to us. But you want to defend these bitches who don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your issues. They care about themselves. They're out for themselves. You're gonna defend somebody who doesn't care about you. They don't care about your life. It's up to you. But what's stupid about women is, if men aren't happy, you ain't happy. You're not going to be happy. If men are having problems in the world, you're going to have problems. That's how stupid you bitches are. But y'all want to talk this dumb shit of, if the world ain't happy, the world isn't happy until women are happy, which is selfish. So basically, only you can be happy. Only you bitches can be happy, but the man can never be happy. So the world gotta cater to you. Solely because of the fact that you have a hole between your fucking legs. Real talk. Your kids are happy and your husband, your man is happy, but you're not happy, so we all gotta be miserable because you are. But if you're happy, you don't give a fuck about if your own children is happy and your own husband is happy. And this is why women should never run shit, because they're too fucking selfish. And fuck you if you think that's sexist. It's the truth. Even though I would never, if I'm miserable and unhappy, I would have to take some accountability. But I will not excuse society from being responsible for the majority of my unhappiness. When the society especially being a man, especially being a man of color, being a black man in America, in Western society. No, you're unhappy because of the way you treated. However, at the same time, I would never, if my kids are happy and my woman is happy, I want them to be happy, even though I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? I would never be selfish and make my children and my wife suffer because I'm miserable. Whatever internal issues I have to work on them myself. If my kids, I'd rather see the world happy than me be happy. I love making other people happy. Okay? Even though I'm unhappy, I'm happy to see people happy because I wish I was happy. But you women, with this selfish mindset, oh, the world cannot, oh, you don't give a damn about your kids. Only you give a fuck about your own selfish self-gratification of your own fucking feelings. You're fucking selfish. You don't you don't care for the fact that your own children is happy. And your own husband is happy. And you don't want to do nothing to make them happy. Y'all some fucking evil ass bitches. And y'all need to burn. Because any caring, loving person would love to see other people happy. Because that's where the true happiness comes from. But y'all bitches want to be all about yourselves. You don't care if other people are happy. Oh, if you're unhappy, the world has to stop. The world has to stop and revolve around you. We have to cater to your fucking feelings. Y'all bitches are fucking selfish. And you wonder why most men in today's times, most men hate women. This is why. The fucking logic that y'all bitches have. And in Western society, the way you women, the way you bitches think, you females, you parasite cunts, the way you think and act it's fucking pathetic. It's sad. The world has to stop so you can be happy. But fuck us, right? You don't give a fuck. You don't give a flying fuck about our happiness, our joy. You don't want to do nothing to make other people happy, where you may become happy. You don't want to do nothing to repair and to fix the internal issues that you have. You don't want to do nothing to fix it, but you want to make everybody suffer. And you take pleasure and get a sadistic pleasure of being happy. Y'all bitches can go fuck yourself. Y'all can go fucking... Y'all should eat your own pussy and die. And as far as that, the whole topic is about, is about men being called homosexuals because we speak the truth, which makes no damn sense. Because there's no way in hell that can be possible if we're fucking with you. And I don't want to hear you're going to pull your book of excuses, but you can't prove, but you want to pull the bi argument. You want to pull some straw man argument, some straw bitch ass argument, about bi, when the truth of the matter is the bisexual person has more of a choice to deal with it or not. If you're on bullshit, the bisexual person will just go to the opposite sex or the same sex. If the opposite sex is on bullshit, we'll just fuck with the same sex. It's funny that for men to be homosexuals, but they all fucking with women and have problems and issues and grievances about bitches, about females, about women. Obviously, they're straight. So the moral is if you're a man, rather, if you are a man, rather your sexual orientation is heterosexual, straight, or you are a homosexual. I mean, you're just gay. Whether you are gay or straight, heterosexual or homosexual, you are still in society, you are considered an undesirable. If you have a dick between your legs, you have no value. You are basically a 10th class citizen. You are the permanent underclass. You are an undesirable. You have no purpose in society. Until when stuff happens, when things get out of control, when society falls apart, you expect the same men that you shit on and dump on and stereotype out to fucking save you. Well, guess what? No, we're gonna let your ass burn and suffer since you're strong and independent. The more I look at this world, the more I pay attention, the more depressed I get. This is why, bring it on. This is why World War III needs to happen. This is why the bombs need to fucking happen. So we can clean up the mess. The human race has to be extinct. We have to actually miss a generation, wipe off a generation, so we can save the future generation. But I don't think there's going to be any future generation. So basically, the whole human race has to be wiped out the face. They have to be destroyed. The human race has to die off so it can start over again. And hopefully, it will not be this bad.
I just want to add this part because I came up with an epiphany. I had an epiphany. It's funny how you have women, and that's not all women, it's just the bulk of them, the majority of them, who have matriarchal think with their bitch-made little dog, these feminized Captain Saberhole pussy with males, fake ass tough bad boys, just speaking so emotionally. They want women in this society want to penalize men for being who they are. They want to penalize men based on who they are. They want to penalize men for being who they are, doing what comes natural. When it comes to male biology, and I'm not talking about some over sexualized, dominating, barbaric bullshit. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying to do what's natural in terms of how a man operates and thinks, and how he does, and what his capabilities are. Women want us to suppress that so they can feel comfortable because they want to run shit. But they don't want no responsibilities. They want men to be their hybrid. You know, it's like, I want you to be a bad boy right now for 2 minutes. Then when the 2 minutes is up, then I want you to be nice and kind and sensitive. And that means be more bitch made. I want you to make me laugh, but now I want you to be serious. I want you to be adventurous, and I want you to be responsible. And I want you to be I want you to be the breadwinner, but at the same time, I want you to be a submissive bitch. But I'm still charge you with manhood when things go bad. But when things are good, when things go well, I'm taking all the credit. It's like women want men to change. They want men to have all these personalities in one guy, and it's not realistic. That's like me saying, I want a skinny girl, pencil thin, but I want her to have big breasts, big curvy hips, and a fat ass. But I want her to be skinny. No, I want her to be lean, and I want her to have a nice face. But I don't. But not have a fat face. But I wanted to have a soft, fit, small face with fat lips. That's I mean, but when men say that, they're so quick to come down on us and call us shallow. And it's like it's like then they want you to have male guilt for stuff that has never happened to them, that they never experienced, of the so-called oppression. When it was men who went out there and sacrificed their lives so they can live better. It was men taking the brunt of the abuse back then, suffering, defending the family, defending the nation, inventing things, putting stuff together. But these bitches want to reap the benefits and take all the credit for stuff that they didn't do. They want you to feel all upset and because they have a story because something happened to their grandma back in 1920, and they want to charge you for being a horrible man because of what some man did in 1920 when this bitch was born in 1980, was born in the 70s, and born after the feminist era, born in 1980 or born in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And we're supposed to feel bad and feel guilty for what some other guy did that has nothing to do with us. You know, I'm not saying that I'm not saying dismiss it, but if it's happened, but if it's never happened to you, why are you mad? Why? I mean, all your experiences, and a lot of these women don't have the life experience. All these experiences, all these complaints are coming from some bitter woman. And like I was saying, why are you angry at something? I mean, something that happened to your mother or your grandmother when you was not even born yet. And why are you punishing me for what some dude did to your mom back in 1960, or to your grandma that happened in 1920 something? What is your problem? What's your problem with men who were born at your time in your generation? I mean, you have all these complaints, but it's someone else's experiences. You know, you talk about rape, but you never been raped. You talk about men not being there, but you never had that problem. Your dad was there, or you knew who your dad was, but you didn't want to see him because you're mad at him because of what Mama told you instead of getting his side of the story. I mean, you're able to go out there and want to see your father and get answers, but you want to listen to your mom, and your mom don't got your back like that, sweetheart. Okay, abuse, you've never been abused. Some of you women, I mean, But I mean, even if it did happen, I didn't do it. You know, the problem is, I mean, I'm saying men, yeah, men make the same mistake, bringing in past baggage that's not even their baggage. It's the baggage of somebody they know, or their friend's baggage, or their family member's baggage. But it's not their experience, but they got all this anger. And women do this a lot. But men have valid complaints about women. It's about what they witness and what they experience and what they're seeing around them or what they lived through. Even if it was not them specifically, but they were around that environment and they saw what happened. They witnessed it. And a lot of women ain't witnessing stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. You know, most of the time, men have the anger they have, and it's based on the women they dealt with that they come across all the time. But if a woman's not like that, we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Women, you don't do that. You take your bitterness, your anger, your resentment for stuff that has nothing to do with you, that were never your problems, but you inherit these problems because what your bitter mom, your bitter aunt, your bitter female relative told you. When the fact is, the matter is, it took two people to fight. It took two people or more to have a dispute. And chances are, knowing what, I mean, chances are you wasn't there. You didn't get their side you didn't get the man's side of the story. You just took the woman's side. I understand that she's your mother and she's you're looking out for family, but when shit happens to men, when they get fucked over by women, even if it's your brother, even if it's your father, I mean, or it's a male relative, y'all deny it. Y'all go around it. Y'all don't take up for dude. And I'm like, I mean, you're gonna defend your gender. You got this woman pride thing. Men don't have that. Men are just individuals. My thing is, because a man tells the truth, you want to call him gay or homosexual, which makes no sense. You're attacking the wrong guy. I mean, that's just nothing more than a shaming tactic. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know why you're complaining about. Women got it backwards. So when a man embraces who he is as a man and his maleness, he's a homosexual and he's an evil misogynist, and he wants to repress women, which is bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there's a few guys who are chauvinist, but they're like a dying breed. I mean, and most of the men who I knew were misogynists, who hate women, came from single parent family homes. They were raised by their mother. Yeah, look at the abuse statistics with single mothers. The majority of them do to their sons and treat them like shit, but they treat their daughters like princesses, queens. I mean, and then I don't know why you complain about men being gay. And some of y'all say in the late 90s, I remember some of you women saying all the good men were gay. I mean, what are you talking about? And that's an ignorant statement. I know what you meant. I know what you mean. You mean because the thing is, he's feminized and he has no testosterone. Testosterone. You don't feel threatened by him because he's not patriarchal. You're gonna be able to run shit. You're gonna do whatever you want to do. He's gonna put up with your drama. But when it comes down to it, when stuff happens, like I said earlier, you're gonna charge him with manhood. You're gonna charge him with responsibility. But he has no leadership. See, with the gay guys who your friends, I mean, they're just feminized males that you can fucking control and lie and manipulate. That's all that is. It has not. Oh, men will go out there and try to pursue you for sex, and that's why I have a gay friend. No, it's because y'all want to see what you want. You want a feminized guy. So you want a feminized guy because the fact is he can't overpower you psychologically and mentally, because he's very emotional and he's easily and he can, and you can, I mean, you women who do this can easily manipulate him and play with his emotions and feelings and get him through drama and gossip and all this stuff, talk about mindless fluff, but you don't but there's no priorities, and you can do whatever you want to do. He can't tell you nothing. See, with a man who's as heterosexual, patriarchal minded male, you're not going to do that stuff. We're not going to let you do that stuff. It's not that we're not going to let you. We're going to hold you accountable. And plus, we're not going to talk about emotional BS. As far as men being emotional, most of the time you call us weak. If a guy sheds a tear, you call him weak. But you say express his feelings. No, you want him to act like a bitch. You don't give a damn about his feelings. You want him to cater to you. You want to have him so feminized to the point that you have the upper hand and you can attack him, but beat him down and destroy him and hurt him, and he will not fight back because of all this male guilt. And don't hit a woman and all that stuff. Even if she attacks you, try to kill you. Oh, don't defend yourself. Don't stand up if she says something disrespectful. Oh, don't pull her car. Don't check her. Don't stand up for yourself, and don't verbally fight back. Don't physically fight back. Let her walk all over you. Let her create drama. That's why, I mean, y'all want to act like you want to despise men who are gay, but you want men feminized. That's what I'm talking about. The way women think is just ass backwards. The way people think. And the way, men think, and the majority of men who are coming up are raised with a lot of female influence, and they come raised by single females. And that's what y'all want. You're just trying to raise this on point simp. The on point Najina. The on point Captain Saberhole Najina, formerly known as a Mangina. You want an on point pussy whip male, but when stuff happens, you want him to be strong. This is what happens when you when you destroy manhood and try to manipulate it to something you like. It doesn't work that way. That's like trying to change the female behavior or whip effect, get her to think. It's like that book. Act like a lady, think like a man. So that's the retarded BS. Y'all women need to stop reading these bullshit novels. That's like me saying, well, I want a woman to have a manly mindset, think like a guy, be into sports and all this stuff, and be able to do some handy things, but I still want her to be feminine. And not only that, I want her to bring home the bacon, but I still want her to submit. Some backwards retarded stuff like that. But the thing is, I don't know why you complaining. It's like you just want a guy who's easily pussy whipped, but you want him to be but he has no leadership, but he has a ton of responsibility. And so basically, like I said, y'all women want to be men plus female benefits. you have right. That's what it is. Y'all women want to be men plus female benefits with the rights, the privilege, with the rights, the liberations, and your special rights, because you got a hole between your legs, so you get extra set of rights, and with your female privileges that you love so much. That's what you want. You want to be men plus female privilege. That's as long you want to be like a man, but as long as you get to maintain female privilege, it's all good. You're gonna pick one or the other. You talk about how the 1950s was oppressive, but women lived better back in those times. Now, if you want to talk about it being horrible in terms of, black people being discriminated and facing segregation and suffering, okay, that's a rough time. But I'm talking about when we're talking about family structure, across the board, things are a lot better. I'm not going to say the past was perfect, but it was not this fucked up. There was a lot of stuff that was ugly, because I speak with the older people, but things like this, but I was told, this is the way things are going. They never thought it would be like this. And I told them I never think it would be like this too. Because people have been brain raped. So what you women need to stop doing, stop trying to feminize boys, then complain about them being gay, because you got it backwards. But you want them to be pro man, and have these patriarchal have a patriarchal mindset. But you only want them to use it when it benefits you. But you want them to operate anything. You want them to be that typical. You want them to still be that man, that traditional man. But you want them to operate under a matriarchal system. But it's not going to work. How about you accept the man for who he is? Just like we were forced to accept you for who you are. How about that? You can't have your cake and eat it too. And then when you bitches have your cake and eat it too, then you complain about your being fat and why guys are overlooking you for some woman who's fit. And then you want to condemn us for finding her attractive. But when we find you attractive, oh, we're going to turn you in for harassment, rape. Oh, you're pig. Oh, you see me as an object. See me as mother of the earth. When I'm like, then when I see you as mother of the earth, like the Virgin Mary, okay, I don't want to deal with you because you're the mother of the earth, because that's not sexy, being mother of the earth. Being all pure and holy, you can't have dirty thoughts. But then okay, I gotta see you as this. But when you're not even that, you don't even live by the morals of Mother of the Earth. So I don't know why you want to claim that title. So we leave you alone to be with some other woman who's not the Mother of the Earth, but someone who has no problem being sexy. And then you have a problem. It comes down to not getting what you want. And in life, you can't always have what you want. You got to do things to get what you want. I'm not saying do some illegal stuff or do some mean stuff and hurtful stuff to get ahead. No, I'm talking about treat people the way you want to be treated. And be realistic and stop living in a fantasy world and accept reality for what it is. You're not the only one. I mean, you women need to get off your pedestal and stop thinking that there's nothing wrong with you. You're so perfect and infallible, but you're the ones who are complaining And then you have other people who are mad at you that you call a misogynist when the fact is we just don't like what you're doing. You need to just use this if you claim to be smarter than us, but we know you're not. That's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace. I don't mean this to be long, but I had to cover these points because people are that dumb.